everybody!
We need to lean forward a little.
No, I'm kidding.
All right.
Sorry, it's raining. You might have a hard time hearing us. Hey, everybody, Mac and Damon here for OCR Kings, and we just finished the Tri-State New Jersey sprint.
Yeah, Sunday sprint.
At Mountain Creek here. I don't know if you can hear the rain and our glorious canopy.
Yes.
This was a wet, soggy, muddy mess. You know, and it's good to have, I got to tell you, one of these.
That's right, yeah.
From Change Robe. I'm in this fleece-lined, totally waterproof changing robe.
You're actually changing in the rain.
I was out there, I was like, you know what? I need my space. I need to struggle to get this wet gear off. This thing is fantastic. So big shout to Change Robe. You guys should check these out. They are perfect for conditions.
I like the full sleeves.
Just like this.
Real nice.
We'll put some links in the description below. So back to the weather here.
Well, first off, hats off to anyone who ran yesterday and today.
Yeah,
I mean, you ran yesterday, it was muddy and it was rainy, and then you added to today, which is muddy and rainy. So it's like terrain was bonkers.
Believe it or not, we saw somebody on the course. We were at Z-Wall right next to them, and you know, doing some chit chat while we're hanging off this muddy monstrosity that Z-Wall was. We'll get back to that in a second.
That's right.
And he actually said that it was worse today.
Today, just because of all the mud.
He said the rain was harder yesterday, but the mud today was just off the charts.
Yes, so everyone from yesterday just turned it into mush.
The mud was bananas. We saw people sliding and falling down all over the place.
What I couldn't believe was the amount of people that were wearing like Nike Pegasus, like road runner shoes,
flat, New Balance, pumped up kicks, and they were not running from anybody's bullet. They were falling down all over the place. It was a disaster.
I mean, you and I were both wearing Innovates. I thought with the 8mm lugs, I thought they were great.
Those were awesome. I was not sold on those before, but if anybody wants to check out, we'll put a link to those in the description below.
Really good.
Super muddy condition. Those are awesome.
Yeah.
The Innovate Ultra Talons 260s.
Yeah,
like that.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Well, it's New Jersey. Seems like every time we come here, it's like the weather is
it's a mess.
Is a major factor.
Well, it's a challenge.
Yeah.
It's a challenge.
I loved it. I don't know. It was cool. It was like it's foggy up there. It was like muddy. It was raining. It wasn't raining.
This is pretty much as Spartan as it gets. Yes. It's cold, windy, rainy. It's muddy. There's no footing. The obstacles are so much harder. Even monkey bars were harder because of that.
Monkey bars was,
wet grip.
Super slick. It was no bucket today, which they closed yesterday, so it remained closed for today. Just too muddy and too dangerous and too steep. So
yeah,
that's been closed all day.
That would have been ridiculous. The pitch there and the mud on where they had proposed to put the bucket carry was just too dangerous.
Yeah, so you had to hike the loop and slip and slide in the mud, but you were not carrying the bucket.
Right.
Probably a good thing.
So we did the new spear thing. So to me, okay, the spear targets overall are lower.
Lower, yes.
Okay, they seem to be a little bit closer.
Definitely was closer.
All right, and I was surprised that the circle on the target would be more chest waist, not like head. So you can't throw on an arc like we used to because you'll overshoot.
Yep.
So that was interesting. I got no complaints about the new augmented.
I was like aiming dead center, and it dropped, and it stuck right in the very lower. But I was worried if you throw it too high, you're gonna sail it right over the top.
The spear's not coming back.
But I mean, one thing to note is when you go up to those, just take a look at the ropes, because ropes were tangled. One of them was hooked around the gate. I saw the guy throw it, went like 4 feet, and it almost like snapped back and hit him in the face.
Yep.
So I was like, I'm not gonna touch that one, and one I wound up unhooking. So just but before you throw it, just make sure the line is out there.
What did you think of the new Z-Wall layout?
Yeah. Interesting. I mean, where they had it today was super difficult. Yeah. Because, I mean, just the slope made...
Weird location, muddy. The mud factor was hard. And, you know, the difference is, instead of just a Z, you know, 3 surfaces or whatever, you know, turn and in and an out, you have an additional wall to go down. And it had like monkey bars, like freestanding.
It had freestanding pipes that stuck out.
And those were slippery as hell. Yes, those were really slippery.
The only good news is they're super close together.
You know what was really hard? Helix. It was hard not to laugh at it. It was actually easier in the mud and the filth today and hopefully it makes the cut. I took the bell and I was moving it away from you as a difficulty multiplier because it was so dumb. All right.
Yeah.
But one of the most remarkable changes, at least for me, was the fact that in the beginning, before the race even starts, was an uphill barbed wire
crawl
thing,
which was so, maybe it wouldn't have been a big deal if it wasn't
dry, right?
Yeah, if it was dry, but it was super muddy,
super muddy mess.
So that actually,
I liked it
before you even started. You were absolutely covered in mud. That's cool.
I liked it. I liked it. So you know, totally worth it.
Yeah, sprints don't disappoint here. Sprints are just fun in general. If you're thinking about doing a Spartan race, it's like, yeah, start with a sprint. You will be challenged.
And you know, if you do go out to a sprint anywhere else and it's dry, consider yourself lucky. And if it's not, definitely get yourself a nice change robe.
That's right. Get yourself one of these. New 23s. Looks good.
Yeah.
There it is. Yep. So yeah, that was fun. Yep, this is our first race of the season, so glad to be back at it.
Yeah, and we hope to see you out there on the next one. But until that time, remember, as always, train hard.
Have fun.